clitoris to make it come is not the female orgasm. When your goal is just to make the woman come from the clitoris, the woman actually gets very poor sex. There are 7 female orgasms you absolutely need to know about. I will tell you about them from my...
I thought it was just 6. It's probably like 7.
20 years of experience helping women.
20 years of experience. Okay, so this dude is a certified orgasm god. Holy Christ. This guy has a teacher of holistic sex. Sexologist? Hello? Sex coach. 20-year in-person practice. What in the fuck? Wait, that's so good. What the hell? That's actually so good. Okay, let's see.
To develop this orgasmic capacity.
Wait, let me go back a bit.
Helping women professionally to develop this orgasmic capacity. I will go in the increasing order from the least valuable orgasm to the most enriching and powerful, including the ones that many men and women never discover. So at the bottom of my rankings is the clitoral climax. And this is of course what people understand by the female orgasm. You stimulate the clitoris to build up tension, you rub it, and you reach the release. There is one intense sensation of pleasure, but that's it. And for many women, this is actually the hardest orgasm to achieve. It involves a lot of monotonous stimulation, pressure, and often even anxiety about getting there, which makes it even more difficult. And that's why even when women have sex and they reach a clitoral climax, sex is still often very unsatisfying. It feels empty because sex essentially becomes a lot of mechanical work just to achieve one intense sensation. We can make the clitoral climax more easy and more reliable, but it will still always remain the most difficult and the least enriching of all orgasms. And it is sad that we generally consider this the woman's orgasm.
He's so serious right now, bro. And this is probably not satire, but like for now, he's making sense. He's making sense, okay? But like he's onto something. He actually is onto something. I want to see what he says because this is only the first one out of 7 female orgasms, right? Okay, I had to take notes because I was like, oh wow, okay, let's continue.
So the second from the bottom for me is the G-spot orgasm. By stimulating the area on the top wall of the vagina, roughly halfway in. So usually this kind of orgasm will happen only with fingers. For some...
Do you think when he's like doing it in someone, he also has this face? He's like experimenting on a girl. He's gonna be like, what I'm doing to you now is called G-spot orgasm. Like he's doing that shit. It looks like he's serious about his craft. He actually looks so for real.
Women, it can also happen in penetration at specific angles, but with the G-spot orgasm, people make a frustrating mistake. They expect the G-spot orgasm to feel exactly like the clitoral climax. A build-up of tension, a big explosion, a release and relaxation. For some women, it will behave like this. But for many women, the G-spot orgasm actually feels quite different. So basically, when you do intense G-spot stimulation, there is a particularly intense moment, it passes, and then you continue. There can even be a few of those peaks in one session, so it's just a moment during the stimulation. And here is the biggest mistake that I have repeatedly seen working with people over the years. The G-spot isn't just there. It can be active, and then you will feel it, and it can be orgasmic, or it can be deactivated if you go straight in and try to rub the G-spot to make the woman come, like you are taught on YouTube. It will often shut down and the G-spot will feel of nothing. You have to activate the vaginal areas really well with gentle stimulation first, with love and presence to make it really sensitive, and only then it makes sense to switch.
Okay, that makes sense. This makes sense. In my honest opinion, I don't have 20-year practice in-person experience. I'm not a sexologist, okay? But the unlocking, activating, it does make sense because you just don't go straight for the G-spot. You don't. No, I'm serious about this because now there's more credibility with this video. It's called foreplay. Yeah, you just don't. I think he's saying it with so much flowery words, because now he's saying stuff like, You have to activate the vaginal walls, sensation. You have to make love. You have to do this, which you do. I agree, right? You just don't go like, all right, take your panties off. Boom, G spot activation. No, not really. So it does make sense. It does make sense. So let's move on. I need to know the third one.
To the G-spot stimulation, and then you may have a better possibility of a G-spot orgasm. Now here, before moving on to vaginal orgasms, it's a good place to tell you about a third kind of orgasm. We can do something totally different on these two areas and much greater. The third orgasmic experience on my list that few people know about or practice is what I call orgasmic waves. So you can create orgasmic waves from the G-spot or from the clitoris by changing the technique completely. So instead of rubbing the area to build up tension, you first use gentle pressure techniques to
so it's like edging. It's like edging, right? Like you're teasing them, right?
And make it really sensitive. Then you alternate increasing pressure and slow movement techniques to gradually raise intensity. So there is no tension building, and you are not focusing on getting a release, but on just sending maximum pleasure.
But would this really be called the third orgasm? Because like, isn't this also kind of like normalized? I thought he would say some really like some hidden treasure, but this is also like, I don't know. I don't know. It's not edging. It's orgasmic waves. It's not foreplay. It's it's vaginal activation. Huh? Oh, wait, I need to learn more. I need to learn more.
Into her body and building up that flow of pleasure more and more. And if we then take it into very high intensity, we reach the orgasmic level in the woman's nervous system. The orgasmic activity there begins. The woman is not having a quick orgasm. She's feeling orgasmic in her body and in her nervous system as a prolonged ongoing state. So what the woman is feeling then is the ongoing flow of orgasmic pleasure on and on, much more than a quick moment of, coming. She enters trancy blissful states that go on.
Dude, this is just teasing. It's just teasing. It's not orgasmic wave. Is it just me? Because like, yeah, the first one makes sense. Build up, done, that's it. It's not teasing, but like, how do I explain this? It's just another way. It's like different ways to come. Like, dumb ways to die. It's like that, but a different way.
And they often reach a deep sense of true internal release and not just a localized genital release. You can then finish it with a climax if you want or not. Women often feel that they don't need that. And the best part about this is that for most women that I have worked with, this kind of orgasmic experience has been far easier to achieve than the climax, and with much less stress and pressure and anxiety and hard work, both for the man and the woman. So with 4 orgasms still to go, we are now moving on to the vaginal orgasms. The fourth orgasm on my list is what I call the false vaginal orgasm. So during penetration, when the penis is deep inside the vagina, the man's body might be grinding on the clitoris, and the clitoris can come from this. People interpret it as a vaginal orgasm because it happens during the penetration. It is a clitoral climax outside, just like any other, but it feels different only because the vagina is also receiving pleasure inside at the same time, and the clitoral climax refers into the vagina. But studies show that a maximum, by different estimates, 1 in 5 women are able to climax this way. It is just such a poor and imprecise way to stimulate the clitoris. You can give it a go lightly and see if it can happen for you. But don't create stress and pressure over something that is probably unlikely to happen. Plus, while this can feel nice, this orgasm is just a clitoral climax, just like any other. It just doesn't give a lot. And when you chase this during the penetration, you actually shut down the conditions for a more expansive vaginal orgasmicity. So now we enter the orgasms that are much more powerful, nourishing and satisfying to a woman. But you have to change how you understand female orgasms entirely. An orgasm is an activity within the nervous system. Most people think that the only way to create this is by releasing the particular reflex in the genitals. And we can arrive to that orgasmic activity in the woman's nervous system by other.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually kind of into this now. The way he explains stuff, it's like the women's orgasmicity. I was like, that's a word? What the fuck? What are we watching? We're watching 7 Female Orgasms You Absolutely Need to Know About by Alexi Welsh. So, as a man that's trying to be more knowledgeable about the female anatomy, we have the clitoral orgasm. We have the orgasmic waves. Then we have the false vaginal orgasm. What in the fuck? I mean, I'm letting this guy pop off. He's so serious, and it feels like we need to know more about this. You know, we need to know more about this. Let's listen in. Let's listen in.
Means. And then we can go from just having a quick orgasm to being orgasmic as a state in an ongoing way. So the 5th on my list is true vaginal orgasmicity. I don't normally use the words vaginal orgasm because they are misleading. It makes you think that there is one event of an orgasm, but instead the vagina goes into an orgasmic state. It becomes orgasmic and it stays orgasmic. When you make love to the vagina really well, it activates. It becomes really sensitive, alive and vibrant with sexual energy everywhere.
Wait. I love how he said this. Oh, how does he say this
really
again?
Well. It activates. It becomes really sensitive, alive and vibrant.
It becomes really sensitive, alive and vibrant.
With sexual energy
everywhere. With sexual energy everywhere. What in the fuck? Oh my god, what the hell?
Where the entrance, the G-spot, the cervix, all the sensitive areas can blend and the vagina can radiate that orgasmic pleasure into the woman's body. This can be one of the most powerful experiences that a woman can have, and it can be prolonged, ongoing. So no sense of release is missed. It's the opposite, a really blissful experience of saturation, of coming alive, far more enriching and satisfying for a woman than any quick climax. Now, this doesn't happen from just rubbing a particular spot. It's a few different components, a really present, intentional movement, caressing all the vaginal areas really well, the feeling that her lover transmits through the vagina, very important, how you progressively build up the intensity in the intercourse,
this makes sense.
That's key, and how you arouse the woman's whole body before penetration.
This is 100%
It's a
true.
major factor in priming the vagina to be orgasmic later. What is totally
Jesus Christ. I feel like the way he explains it is much more on the scientific level than actually kind of just explaining it in terms of like a normal explanation for the common guy. Because what he said right here, the movement of it, the feeling of it, you gotta transmit your feeling towards the opposite gender, the progression of it, and then the arousal. That's all true. But the way he's like all saying it is very like all scientific and just, based on the data, based on the scientific statistics that we have. It's just so fucking funny, man. But it's true. I'm not like debunking him or something.
Penetration. It's a major factor in priming the vagina to be orgasmic later. What is totally counterproductive is to rub the vagina trying to make it come, which is precisely what a lot of people do. This often shuts down the vagina. This common practice is the reason why so many women never discover their true vaginal orgasmicity. And in fact, they often feel not much in the vagina at all throughout sex. And yet,
we still have 2. We still have 6 and 7. But we're still fine. I wonder what he's gonna say. I'm really interested what he's gonna say. But like, let's.
Once again, from working with many women, I have seen when you approach the vagina right, this experience is far more easy for women to access than some mythical vaginal climax. As a note, all of the approaches in this video are taught in full detail with extensive video walkthroughs in my courses, Perfect Lover for Men and Holistic Sex for Men.
I gotta check that out. I gotta check that out. Hold on, I might pull up. I might click the link. Hold up. I'll do it later.
Men and women. Next is the cervical orgasm. Now, this is a specific part of the whole vaginal orgasmicity that I have just described. When the deepest part of the vagina, the cervix, is stimulated really well,
this only works if you have a big dick, by the way. This doesn't work if you're like, if you have a 2-inch punisher.
can send incredibly strong orgasmic waves into her. These can be mind-blowingly intensely pleasurable, but also profoundly nourishing, enriching, and create this very deep internal release in her whole being. However, for many women, this area is initially locked. It's not pleasurable at all and often even painful because deep stimulation in the past has been done badly, too rough, so the area is protectively tight. And this can be reversed. It's important to interact with that area gently at first and then build up progressively stronger but carefully. The woman can then gradually trust and open, and this can totally change the vaginal sex.
Wait. I always view this as something different because what he was saying with the trust and open the cervix or stuff like that, this kind of hints something in ovulation because I believe this is what I noticed, okay? It's just my opinion. When girls are ovulating, I feel like their cervix are a little bit more they're a little bit more stretched out. Like it's coming down. You know what I mean? Like it's closer to your opening. Like the length of your, it's not easier to access. How do you say this? Like your body purposefully makes it easier to like to like not penetrate. Ready for a bang? No, not ready for a bang. No, it's like the length of your vagina is shorter. So that means it can, yes. I kind of don't want to say that because I feel like I'm just going to get banned or some shit. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I noticed. It's like, I feel like I'm hitting it too roughly because now it's like bruising it. Yeah, to accept sperm, basically, yeah. That's what I noticed though. I don't know if it works, if that's for everyone, but I just noticed that the length of it's just a little bit shorter. So now it's more prone to bruising or bleeding too. It's just me. How's it going, Nikki? Dude, we are watching 7 female orgasms. You need to know. So you kind of missed all the other 6. We're on our last one now. Yeah, but that's just me though. That's my opinion. I don't know if it works for everyone like that, but yeah. Bleeding, I would cry. Yeah. Anyways, well, let's keep on going here.
I have seen in my practice that open, and this can totally change the vaginal sex for her. I have seen in my practice that most women can access cervical orgasmicity far easier than even the clitoral climax. And last, a woman can enter into an experience that we can call
orgasmic state. This is when you float. This is when you got the Gojo, like fucking I Am the Honored One scene. You just started fucking levitating while you... Well, you just started fucking levitating. You're just like having a fucking like a stroke.
The whole being.
Ascension,
so when a woman
basically.
is really relaxed, Her whole
Okay.
body is awakened and receiving
Awakened.
pleasure everywhere. Her
Oh my
entire
God.
body can become hypersensitive in all the erogenous areas, all the genital
What
areas,
the
where you
fuck?
can be moving between penetration, oral, hands, touching anywhere on the body. All of it feels really vibrant and intensely pleasurable, like her whole body is a field of orgasmicity. So the technique for this kind of orgasmicity is basically
Okay.
good technique for every part of the body, for every part of sex. And this is one of her greatest experiences. You could do it for hours and it will never subside. It will only build. You know, that the female system is like this. Any kind of climax would come nowhere near this. So you see, don't stay
Wait,
locked
he didn't really say properly. Fucking explain to me. What?
climax. And last, a woman can enter into an experience that we
Okay.
can call an
I am the honored
orgasmic
one.
state for her whole being. So when a woman is really relaxed, her whole body is awakened and receiving pleasure
Okay,
everywhere.
okay,
Her entire
okay.
body can become hypersensitive in all the erogenous areas, all the genital areas, where you can be moving between penetration, oral, hands, touching anywhere on the body. All of it feels really
So this
vibrant.
is basically when you're on the zone, right? This is basically when you're like actually like on a high from sex. That's all I can think about, right? This is like when you're like you're in a different fucking plane of existence. Like you've reached like the fucking nirvana, right?
And intensely pleasurable, like her whole body is a field of orgasmicity. So the technique for this kind of orgasmicity is basically good technique for every part of the body.
Are you fucking kidding me? He said, so basically, the technique for this is to have good technique. Huh? Water is wet? Come on. Alexi, you gotta tell me more than that, man. Or we don't want to buy your
every
book.
part of sex. And this is one of her greatest experiences. You could do it for hours and it will never subside. It will only build. You know, that the female system is like this. Any kind of
What are you
climax
fucking saying, bro? Tell me how to make girl come, bro. What?
feels really vibrant and intensely pleasurable. Like
Holy shit, this guy is spewing out the most fucking like whatever burger he can at this point.
her whole body is a field of orgasmicity. So the technique for this kind of orgasmicity is basically good technique.
Good technique for every part of the body.
Of sex. And this is one of her greatest experiences. You could do it for hours and it will never subside. It will
For
only
hours.
build. You know, that the female system is like this. Any kind of climax would come nowhere near this. So you see, don't stay locked in this narrow focus of
Oh my
trying
days.
to make a woman come. With that, you actually shut down the possibility of greater orgasm.
I got fucking clickbaited. He said, fucking Nikki said, envy is gotten this bad. You need to make a girl come. And he sent this in memes, and I just had to. I had to watch it. You know what? I am a guy that is hungry for knowledge. And if there's a knowledge out there that's gonna put you to nirvana, you're gonna start floating, you're gonna start being high, you're gonna start like gyrating while you're like, you know, coming your brains out. Hell yeah. Like, why not? But like this guy, I got baited. My guy said, you need good technique. So this technique is a good technique for the body. And like, my guy didn't tell me shit.
Experiences. And the truth is this, men sometimes demand a mechanical technique, how to give a female orgasm. You make love to the woman powerfully. You arouse her well, so her whole body is activated. You know how to create the greatest pleasure in every sensitive area. And then the woman's body can become orgasmic in all these different ways.
Oh
and the
my
more
God.
the woman gets used to true lovemaking, the more that orgasmic capacity opens and develops.
So it's basically just like a relationship. The more that you love a person, the more that the sex is good. Yes, bro, everybody knows that. Oh my God, I got baited. And he has more. Best foreplay for women. Never fails for any woman. What women don't get about being good in bed for men. Holy shit, he's still posting. Women can't stand a bad kisser. The cure for premature ejaculation. What the simple way to double intensity for a woman in sex. Wait. I wanna see that. I wanna see the comments here. What the hell? Oh my God. Only videos like this get recommended to my single ass, while the couples who truly need it don't get it. those smut authors should watch this. Feels like a manual on how to operate myself. This man is a reincarnated woman for sure. What the fuck? When you eliminate the goal, you are left with presence. What are you? Huh? When you eliminate the goal, you are left with presence. You know, okay, that makes sense. That actually does make sense. Thinking about it, when your main goal is to just orgasm and you remove that, then you're just kind of like there as presence. Holy. Do not doubt. 20 years in person experience. No, this guy seems like he has 20 years. It's truly saddening how men don't understand how to pleasure a woman in the simplest yet fullest capacity of exploring every inch of their body with a subtlest touch and not rushing through an end goal. I pray I can lead someone who does love this form as much as I do. 2 months ago. In a world where sex is easy, there is no love. Sex and love cannot be separated. Okay? Huh. Oh wait, interesting. My husband and I were counting all the... Are all these women? These are women. He has female watchers. There's not 1 ounce of guys in here. Holy, there's no guys in here. Alex, you are such a gift. I've seen many of your videos. They're all helpful. Okay. Jean? This is so interesting. Absolutely mind-blowing. But why does it seem like everyone here is a girl? Thank you for articulating my experiences. I have been experiencing all except the clitoral orgasm. Your wisdom is bewildering. See? He's legit, guys. He's legit. No way he's not legit with all these comments, right? No way. Look at this guy. Do you really think this guy would lie? Huh? What's his like latest video? Don't make her come in oral. What the fuck? You're only at 20% of pleasure. 5 ways men can have mind-blowingly better sex. I bet you, guys, chat, I bet you this is going to be, if I watch this video, this is going to be one of the most very basic things that is only scientifically said in a way that you would think that he said something very intelligent. Guys can't admit they watch this because they can't make women come. What the fuck? What every man needs to hear. Holy shit. Yo, maybe I should do this. He has 188k subscribers. Look at this man. Isn't he just a cutie patootie? Oh, most popular? G-spot. Don't do this usual move. This new G-spot stimulation technique is 10 times 10 more effective. Best move on the clitoris. What the fuck? Oh my god. Wait till you see Sex 7. Okay, that's pretty good. 30-minute orgasm step-by-step guide. What the fuck? Okay. I'm actually kind of interested with the step-by-step guide. And I'm gonna the only technique that works. The emoji. The happy emoji. Best foreplay for... That's here. Best foreplay technique with maximum success. 274% success rate. I have to watch that. I have to watch that. Chat, I have to watch this. It has 274% success rate.
Would you like to know?
Would you like to know, Weather Boy? 274% success rate. The best foreplay technique with a maximum success. This is a full course. Okay. I gotta watch this, yo. I gotta watch this. 274%.
Know how to do foreplay for women with the best foreplay technique that is sure to work. The best.
Is your success rate that low? Not really. It's just because how can you do 274% success rate? Like if I can make a girl, if I can have a success rate of 274%, why would I want to watch it? What the fuck? Wait, I gotta watch this, man, dude. Or I'm gonna be too powerful, bro.
Would you like to know how to do foreplay for women with the best foreplay technique that is sure to work? The best foreplay technique for women that women dream about and that will not fail to turn her on. There is one foreplay technique that works surprisingly consistently for practically all women. It is the best foreplay technique because it is the fastest way and the strongest way to turn her on. And you know what? Pretty much nobody is using this best foreplay technique for women. I am Alexei Walsh, and I have worked with women for the last 20 years as a sex coach and a sex therapist specializing in female sexuality. So this best foreplay technique that I want to tell you about today, this has come from the reports of thousands of women that I worked with. And it just really works for women really well.
Hey, he's already way better than me. He had thousands of women. Okay, and I don't even reach 1,000 women. Holy shit, no. The best I can do is make them goon to me. 34,000 women, but like he in person experience 1,000. Okay, I gotta listen to the boss. 20 years, okay?
Really consistently, really fast, and really powerfully. So it is not just something that my girlfriend likes. This foreplay technique is going to be the best foreplay technique you can use on your partner in 99% of cases. So first of all, a quick review of the foreplay technique that you are probably using at the moment and why it doesn't work. Most guys, when they give foreplay to women, they use one of the three most common options. Okay. And you're probably going to recognize yourself in one of these three options. The most typical thing that guys will do is go down on a woman and start licking her out, giving her oral to turn her on. This is a really bad kind of foreplay technique that you can use on a woman. Women don't like you going down straight to the clitoris. It does not feel good to her. This has to come later in sex when she is already turned on. After the foreplay, you do oral sex. Oral sex is sex.
Wait. I have to say, this is in mind with a variable that you are not associated with this person, because he's talking in a sense where you guys are not aware of each other. I don't know how to I don't know how to properly explain it, but he's talking in a sense where you guys are not necessarily aware of each other, right? Because like I don't know how to explain. Okay, I want to finish this first, and I want to say my thoughts here, because having chemistry for me, anyways, I'm always like a big person to push out organic way of making friends, like making fuck buddies organically, right? There's a chemistry there, there's banter, there's a back and forth. But what he's saying right here is we are in a sense that we do not have past experiences with this person, because he's saying like, I gotta finish it. I don't want to form any thoughts yet first.
It is not foreplay. When the first thing you do is go straight for the clit, it does not feel good to women. It feels like too much, too soon. She's not ready for it yet. She wants to be warmed up for it. It might even be quite unpleasant. She needs to receive some foreplay and arousal and turn on before you give her oral sex. I have a video about this, why you should not use oral sex for foreplay. Go and watch it.
That kind of makes sense. In a sense, that gotta make sense, because you just don't like. I'm not even gonna why the fuck would I have to explain myself? What the fuck? You guys already know anyways on how to get turned on. But like let's see.
The kind of foreplay that guys sometimes use on a woman is a massage. Giving her a massage before starting doing something on the genitals. She relaxes and you massage her back, her body, etc. A bit better than that.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I have used a massage, but not as a way to turn them on. And it just so happened that I was using a massage and they just got turned on because my hands were all over them. Now, is that my fault? I hope not. I have to listen to Alex. I had to listen to the boss, the sexologist, the 20-year in-person experience. I'm sorry. Damn, I don't think I should do massages now. Damn.
Diving straight into her clit, and women will often ask for a massage because they just want a little bit of time when they can just relax without their genitals being rubbed. and because she wants something to be done to her body before the genitals, even if it is a massage. But a massage is a therapeutic procedure. It is supposed to relax a person, not to turn her on.
Yes, I use that to relax a person, so now they got turned on. That's just my experience, though. I wasn't pushing any like agenda because massages do feel good. Now I want to get a massage. Goddamn. But oh yeah, let's keep going though.
So it will relax her, but it is not an effective technique to actually turn on the sexual feelings in her
activating.
body.
We need to activate the vagina.
The most rare option that guys will sometimes use for foreplay technique is some kissing on the neck, some kissing on the body, and some touching and brushing with your fingers and your hands over her body. It is better, again, than diving for the genitals. But typically it is not enough. It will be nice, but it's just not going to be powerful.
So what do we gotta do, Alex? You gotta tell me what to do, Alex.
The touch and the kissing that guys normally use are usually not very effective sexually anyway. But even if you have a really effective sexual touch and really effective sexual kiss, it's just not enough input into her body. It's just not going to engage her body powerfully enough for her to be properly turned on.
Now tell me, boss, what should I do, boss, please?
The best foreplay technique for women that will work in the most effective, the most powerful way, the fastest way to turn her on. And this foreplay technique is the best foreplay technique for most women. It works very consistently across most women. Use the whole body contact. Get really close to her, envelop her body completely, hold her in your body, connect everywhere you can as much as you can, and then you do the whole body flow on her whole body so that she feels you with your chest and your stomach and your thighs and your arms around her and your hands all over her and your face all over her. Totally envelop her and just flow all.
You know what I'm gonna do? I am going to just be a weighted blanket. I'm just gonna flop onto her. Yeah, exactly what Sandy said. I'm just gonna flop onto her. That's what I'm gonna do, huh? That shit better turn you on.
Over her curves. Move to all the places that you love, feel them, touch them, flow on them, kiss them, put your face into them, and just really love how her body feels. And this will work magic. If you would like to learn of it in a lot of detail with all the demos, how to do it in different positions and in different intensities, check out my full program for men.
I really need to check this out, man.
Why is this foreplay technique the best foreplay technique for women? Why does it work so much more effectively? First of all, there is a lot more sensation. If you just kiss in here and touch in here, she's getting a little bit of sensation here and there. If you are there with your whole body enveloping her, she's receiving all that sensation everywhere. There's just a lot more surface area. A massive amount of sensation speeding up that whole arousal for her. Secondly, it is important for women to be held. It makes her feel a lot more connected to you. It makes her feel relaxed with you. It makes her feel closeness and intimacy with you. And all of this really helps her to get aroused. That feeling of being held and connection and intimacy is one of the components that she needs to get turned on. It's not just the sexual sensation that she needs. Third, it feels loving to her, and especially if you're moving and touching and kissing her with your face.
I'm not gonna lie, I expected more. I expected more with his 274.34% success rate. Damn.
And with your whole body, her body feels loved. And this is really powerful.
Oh my God, Alex, you're letting me down, man. You're letting me down. You can't do this to me. I got clickbaited again. Bro, if you see a 274.34 success rate, what would you do? But you know what? We're going to look at the comments. 3 months ago. Actually, no. The touching of each other body off and on throughout the day is a gentle reminder of being connected. I would love this kind of thing. Holy Christ, you are one lonely motherfucker, aren't you? Okay, wait, maybe I shouldn't say that. It's a given, though. It's a given. It's not something that should be... Okay, maybe I am speaking in a privileged standpoint, okay? Maybe I'm speaking in a privileged standpoint because I love showing affection. I love showing love. But is it this normal, touching each other's body in life? I guess. So many guys get their ideas on how is the bar that low? Is the bar this low? I used to be a option 3 guy. I met a woman who naturally makes me want to do exactly what you consistently tell everyone. Yo, I can make money. I can just make videos like these. And then I can make money off of it. Oh, okay, I need to check out his shit. Oh, wait. Now let me switch for a bit. Because I need to know if there's like some bad stuff in his link. You do not okay. Let's see. Buy now. Wait, how much is it? Whoa! $500. $500. You have got to be kidding me. Huh? All right, let's see. Okay. So this is it. This is it, right? Perfect lover. Make a woman truly happy in sex. This course is for you if I don't feel confident. You're not sure if you're doing things right to a woman. You're worried that she's not happy. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Let me write a book. I'm not. How's it going, Cole? Oh my god, dude, I can make money like this. I can take advantage of the loneliness of men and just look at this guy. Come on. Oh, this guy. His name is Alexei. I have been working as a holistic sex coach and sex therapist for 20 years. I have been a specialist in female sexuality, worked with thousands of women as a sex coach, which I don't doubt. If you're working like 20 and you're talking to like people every single day, I think that you would reach that definitely. I've coached thousands of couples and men to implement these transformations. Yeah, it's a fucking clickbait. It's selling selling a book or some shit like that. Envy, no, you'd be doing a public service helping guys treat us better. Oh no, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna make them pieces of shit so there's less competition for me. You think I would do a service for the world? Hell no. I'm taking out competition. Oh, okay, what does people say? Doctor, many of my patients have had a huge transformation in Jesus Christ. Activate her most powerful sexual energies. This is something I would buy if I was like an incel. I am so sorry, but this is something I would buy if I was an incel. God damn. Jesus Christ. Look at this shit. $500. Wait, where is it? Look at this. 498. And that's for life. Money back guarantee. Q&A recorded sessions, 1 per month. I can make money doing this shit. Taking her on a journey. What the shit? Oh my god, that's so wild to me. Oh my god, man. This is so ridiculous to me, man. Oh my god. Is it actually worth it for 500? No, it's a scam. It's a scam. These types of courses, any type of courses in the internet is a scam. They're taking advantage, especially of the loneliness of men, because what do men want? If they're lonely, they want intimacy. Usually people would get this are lonely men that are probably average or below average, probably below average because they don't get experience in real life. And they're just taking advantage of the amount of money that you would give them. But in reality, this will not change you as a person. This will not surprisingly change you in terms of like, if I buy this for $500, if I buy this, I'm not gonna be, I'm not gonna transform into a sex god. No, it's just it's a scam. As much as I want to believe Alex, in a sense, it can work. It can work, but buying $500 for that, yeah, you deserve not to get girls if you buy this shit for $500. Go out, man. If there's a guy in here, I implore you to go out and get experience, know how to socialize with people. Girls are naturally social people. They get along way better than how guys can. They're more adaptable in terms of their environment. They're very social. So if a girl sees you that you are social, she's more inclined to actually know more about you because because you're social. That means she can be social as well. If you're not, so if you're being like an incel, you're stuck at home playing Valorant, being ugly, and you're growing roots. You don't have any experience on how to actually talk to a girl. Then all you're hearing is like saying "mommy" in Valorant. You're not. Yeah, yeah, maybe you would get baited by this $500. You can get better info from reading and watching certain porn, or you can go to Reddit. I get. I don't know. Reddit is kind of dumb. The headphone dent. Yeah, don't attack my game like that. My apologies. All the e-girls are there too. I need to know how many people bought this. Probably a lot. He has 188K, and I imagine myself like getting $500 for a month, like for one person. That's already like a decent enough of money. And if you're still posting YouTube videos, being like tossing out word salads here and there, you definitely can get people. This is why, but it's sad because for people who actually like have experience, or for people who are aware of what they can do, this is just not it. Buying $500 for this, although it's a 274 success rate. Come on, I got baited by that shit. Do you think he started that as a joke but then see the potential? Let's see his oldest one. No, he's doing this shit for 4 years now. I think he's actually a sex therapist though. I think he's a certified sex therapist. Like he studied for that shit and he's doing therapy for couples. And then he saw that there is potential in terms of selling sex to men. Because what do men like? I'll explain this, okay? What do men like? They want power, they want sex, they want money. If you can sell that to a guy, any one of those three, you're definitely going to make money. Now he's selling them sex, right? He probably saw as a sex therapist that there is a lot of like couples like having problems and all these stuff. And then he did all this stuff, which is good for him, because sex sells, as you can see. As you can see in my Reddit, sex sells. It's like that alpha training. Yeah, he knows what he's doing. He's a good businessman, but it doesn't mean that he's doing it with good intentions. No, it's a business transaction. It's like that alpha training. Yeah. Oh my God, have you guys seen that alpha training? Where like they're yelling at each other. Jesus, I might as well just go to a fucking